Hey besties, it's Southern Squishes and welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this right now, be sure to like and subscribe. So you probably already guessed from the title of today's video that I am going to be rating and talking about Squishmallow cakes that I found on Pinterest. But before we get into the video, I just want to mention a couple of things. Besties, I am almost at 5,000 subscribers. The love you guys show me here on YouTube is unmatched across any of my platforms. Right now, during this video, I have a little over 4,900 subscribers, so we are about to hit 5,000. Well, yes, I do have more followers on my Instagram. The love and support that you guys show me here on YouTube is just unmatched, out of this world. And for that, I just wanted to let you all know that I see you, I appreciate you, your support means everything to me. I see all of your comments, they make my day. I love responding to you guys, so keep it coming. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers, besties. With that being said, I've got my iPad and I am ready to rate some Squishmallow cakes. Okay, first up, this one is just very coincidental. I thought it was so funny. We have Kix the Happy Birthday Cake Squishmallow. Somebody turned the Happy Birthday Cake Squishmallow into a Squishmallow cake, which I think is genius. I do not own this Squishmallow, but this is actually one that I just realized a couple of weeks ago that I really want. I'm just going to mention, like my last Pinterest video, I don't think the people who posted these photos are the actual people who made the cakes. Whoever made this cake, I think did a really great job getting the cake to look very similar to the Kix Squishmallow. I'm very impressed with the shape of the cake as well. It looks like Kix's actual shape. The only thing to me that looks a little bit off is Kix's blue icing on the cake looks a little bit more of a vibrant blue than Kix's actual icing color. And this is just from what I'm seeing online. The photos that I see of Kix online, his blue icing color looks of more a baby blue than a vibrant blue. And then so you can see the cake is more of like a vibrant blue. So that's like the only difference that I can see. If I were to guess the flavor of this cake, I would guess it's like a classic vanilla. I don't know why, it's giving vanilla. Also, let me know your guesses to some of these cake flavors in the comments. I'm very curious to know what you guys think. I definitely think this person though made this a vanilla cake. Would I buy this cake in real life? 100%. 100% I would buy this cake in real life. Would I attempt to make it? I'm not sure. This cake looks like it might have been hard to make, but when you see some of the other cakes, it looks a lot easier than some of the other cakes to make. So would I attempt this? Maybe, yeah. We're gonna start off strong with the ratings, a 10 out of 10. The shape, the colors, it looks just like Kix, so I think this person did a really good job with execution. Next up, we have a Lila Squishmallow birthday cake. I would have never thought to make an actual Squishmallows cake, birthday cake, but guys, that's genius. Again, I don't have Lila the Squishmallow. That's another one that I realized a few weeks ago. I definitely want the birthday cake Squishmallows. As far as execution for this one, I think this one looks incredible, just like the Kix cake, but there's two things that I think are a little bit off. The first thing is the shape. I think this cake should be more shaped like the Kix cake. It's just the sides just kind of go straight down instead of a curve. They go like this. I think it should be curved like the Kix cake. This one is shaped more like a birthday cake instead of a Squishmallow. And then this cake, I think the pink on the birthday cake is not as vibrant as the actual Lila Squishmallow pink. So because I don't have Lila, I can't do a side-by-side like some of the others that I'm going to do. But in the pictures that I'm seeing, Lila's pink on her cake, like on her actual Squishmallow cake, is a little bit more vibrant. And this person, I think, used a little bit more of a baby pink. Other than those two things, I think the execution, they nailed it. Would I buy this cake? 100%. Would I attempt this cake? Maybe. Now, I don't know a lot about cake flavors, but I'm going to guess some of these cake flavors. And I would think that this cake flavor, maybe it's just because of the pink, but I would think that it's a strawberry flavor. By the way, I just thought of this and I feel the need to throw this out there. Besties, if you've never had strawberry tres leches, you are missing out. You need to try that at least once in your life. It is one of my favorites. You will never want regular cake again. Tres leches is the way to go. This Lila cake, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 only because those two things. Otherwise, I think that this cake looks perfect. Next up, we have this really cool Connor Cow Squishmallow cake. The last two cakes you just saw were like 3-dimensional. This one is laying down flat, and that's the cool thing about all these Squishmallow cakes we're gonna be seeing today. There's all different types of designs you can do. There's gonna be some tiered cakes with little tiny Squishmallows on them, but I'm getting ahead of myself right now. If it's one thing that we all know is there's many versions of Connor the Cow. So, for example, Fuzzamallow. This, guys, I have so many Connors. The reason and my point that I was trying to make about there being so many different Connors is all the Connors have different color noses. Some of the noses are like a really dark pink, some of them are light pink, some of them are like a tannish white color. I think the nose on this cake is a little bit too vibrant. I think the horns are a little bit too vibrant. Even my Connor with the very pinkest nose that I have doesn't match this Connor. So I think this person made the nose a little bit too pink. But you could still obviously tell that it's Connor the cow. I mean, one look at it and that's Connor. Also, they nailed the Squishmallow shape, the cow shape. I mean, they did a great job with the shape of the ears, the shape of Connor himself, the horns, everything. The flavor on this one is tricky. I was thinking vanilla at first, but then I was thinking maybe it's like a vanilla chocolate crossover, like both. Would I attempt this cake? Yeah. I think I could make this cake. Would I buy this cake? If the pink was a little bit lighter, then yes, I think this is a beautiful cake. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. The execution on everything was really good, except for the yellow and the pink. Okay, besties, this next one blew my mind. I have so many questions about this one. I don't even know where to start. So here we obviously have a Zozo cake. So here was the inspiration for this cake. There is no question about the execution on this cake, and that is just my opinion. I am so impressed of how they executed the hair. Like, look at Zozo's hair and then look at the hair on the cake. That is just very impressive. Then we have Zozo's body shape and her feet, and I don't know how much better it could get. Again, I'm not a baker. I don't really cook that often, but I think this person did a really great job on the feet and the body shape. I think the hair color is a little bit too vibrant, but I'm not gonna be too harsh on this one just because I'm so impressed. You can tell whoever made this cake was really taking their time. I mean, the face, the precision of the smile, everything is just chef's kiss. Honestly, guessing the flavor on this one, I'm not even going to attempt it. I have no guesses. Let me know in the comments what flavor you think the Zozo cake is. Would I buy this cake? 100%. Do I think I would be able to afford this cake? Definitely not. I can't imagine how much this cake costs. Do cakes like these cost a lot? I don't know. Probably. Then if I bought this cake, would I even want to eat it? I wouldn't want to destroy a cake like this. Would I attempt to make a cake like this? Absolutely not. I don't think it would turn out anything like this. I give this cake a 10 out of 10. There's no question. 10 out of 10, besties. Whoever made this Maui cake has some serious skills. I can't imagine the trouble and the time it must have took to get all of Maui's like pineapple lines and they're not perfect, but I mean, they look great. And then for his leaves, he has the 5 leaves, just like actual Maui. So the attention to detail. The colors on this cake look very similar to actual Maui's colors. Would I buy this cake? 100%. Do I think I would be able to afford it? That's questionable. The more complex these cakes get, the harder it is to guess their flavors. I need help, besties. What do you think this Maui cake's flavor is? Is pineapple cake even a flavor? In my head, it just seems wrong for a Maui the pineapple cake to be chocolate. Like, I can't imagine biting into a giant pineapple and tasting chocolate. We're gonna give this another 10 out of 10 because this cake to me looks perfect. Okay, this Benny cake just makes me giggle. This is another really complex cake, but as you can see, it's not as perfect as the Zozo cake, but this is still a very impressive cake. I will say his body shape actually does look more like a Bigfoot Squishmallow than the Zozo shape did. But I don't know, the precision just doesn't seem like as good as the Zozo cake. Maybe I'm wrong because now I'm looking at what's supposed to be his like fur, his hair, and it does look, I don't know, besties. I'm having trouble on this one. I just went back and looked at the picture of the Zozo cake and I figured out what it is. First off, the line work, I feel like on the Zozo cake, in the face, the mouth, the eyes is just a lot cleaner. And then on this Benny cake, they really just covered most of his face with his brown fur. So like you have less face space, whereas the Zozo cake, there's more like room on her face, like on the actual Squishmallows. On this Benny cake, I think they could have left more room on his face. I don't think they should have covered it with as much of the fur. Am I making sense? Do not get me wrong. I still think this cake looks incredible, like way better than most cakes I've ever seen in my life. I would buy this cake over 99.99999 cakes that I've ever seen. Would I attempt to make this cake? No. I don't think I would ever be able to even come close to this product. Would I buy this cake? I would love to buy it. Do I think I would be able to afford it? No. So I just looked up some cake flavors because, guys, I'm not well versed in the baking world. What I was looking for earlier, the flavor for Connor was marble cake. So I think Connor is a marble cake flavor. I think Benny is either chocolate or marble cake. Wow, so I just looked up all the cake flavors. There's like funfetti. It's definitely possible that the first cake and the second cake, Lila and Kix, are funfetti. They're either vanilla or funfetti. Sorry for this interruption, Bessies, but I am currently editing this video right now and I realized that I forgot to rate the Benny cake, so I rate the Benny cake a 7 out of 10. Back to scheduled programming. This next cake I think is super cute. Again, I just want to reiterate, I am not a professional baker. I don't know how these things are made. I don't know how hard they are. But I will say the very first thing I noticed, the first squishmallow I noticed was Patty and her nose. Make a character that small on a cake, like to make something that small, I don't know how hard it is, but execution, yeah, that's definitely doesn't match Patty's nose. Okay, I also just noticed that they didn't give Patty any horns either. So Connor's looking a lot better. At least they gave him horns and his nose is a little bit smaller. I think all the other squish on this cake look great though. I don't know what happened with the two cows. Poor Connor, poor Patty, but the rest of them look great. This cake definitely looks hard to make and I will tell you why. Because you're not just working on like one big squishmallow cake. There's a lot of little intricate squishmallows that go into this, like Connor's nose, his horns, his ears, and then you have Cam, his ears, his nose, Winston, his ear, like you have everything. There's so many little small details, not just Benny's fur and then Benny's feet, big feet. Like there's a lot of little small intricate details on this cake. I would never attempt this cake. I would rather attempt something bigger with less small details. I like the bigger details. The small details count me out. So this person did a really great job on this cake. Would I buy this cake? Probably not. It's just not my style, but I do think it's beautiful. The flavor, you ask? Besties, this is beyond me now. The flavors, I would say a funfetti, but in 5 minutes when we're on the last cake, I'm gonna come back and say it's a vanilla. So, yeah, I just don't know. This is looking like a strawberry. We're gonna give this cake an 8 out of 10. We have another tiered stacked cake. So unlike the last one, I think this one's little squishmallows, I think look a lot more like actual squishmallows themselves. The last one, guys, I think all these cakes, I specifically chose all these cakes because I think they all look incredible. These are just my opinions, but I do think that the specific squishmallows on this cake look more similar to actual squishmallows. If I were to get a cake like this that's tiered, I would have chosen cows. That's just me. I probably would have done all cows. I think that would be so cute. But whoever made this cake definitely did a great job executing the looks of these squishmallows because, I mean, these look a lot like the actual squish. Again, for the same reason that I think the last cake would be hard to make, I think this one would be hard to make. There's just a lot of little details. So for that reason, I would not attempt this cake. Would I buy this cake? Probably I would buy a similar cake if it were cow. So yes, I would buy the tiered cake with cows on it. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. It just didn't wow me, but I do think the execution is really great on this cake. Yes, for that reason, I'm just gonna give it a 9 out of 10. This next cake I think was really cute. The one thing that I think just kind of makes the execution lose points for me is Rory and Malcolm do not look anything like the actual squishmallows, in my opinion. I don't have Rory, so we can't compare Rory, but we're gonna compare Malcolm. So this is Malcolm the mushroom. And honestly, I think Rory and Malcolm are a really cute pair to put on a cake. I mean, this is probably somebody's 2 favorite squishmallows, I would assume. As far as the colors of the squishmallow, it looks like they got them perfect. For me, it's just their shapes and their faces just don't match the actual squish. Would I buy this cake? Probably not. What flavor do I think it is? Probably funfetti. I'm going to give this cake a 7 out of 10 just because I still do think it's really cute. I like the Rorty and the Malcolm pairing, and the rest of the cake besides the Squishmallows look really good. For this last one, I have a surprise for you all. So these are actually cake pops that my mom got me for my birthday a couple years ago. These cake pops are based off of Evangelica and Bubba. I hate that I don't have a better picture of these because these were really cute and they tasted really good. I don't remember the flavor, but I do remember that they were really good. Honestly, every cake pop I've ever had has been really good. The ones at Starbucks, besties, the birthday cake pops, if you've never had one, you need to go get one. Okay, execution and precision on these. Personally, I think the Bubba ones look more like Bubba. I don't think the Evangelica ones look as much like her, but let's be fair, for a cake pop and a little spot to work with that small, to put all those spots and all of that detail must be hard. And you can 100% tell if you know Squishmallows and you know who Evangelica and Bubba are, you can tell that that's them. Would I buy these? 100%. They're adorable. I would definitely buy them. My mom bought me them for my birthday, but I would buy these. Would I attempt to make them? Probably not. A lot of little details on them. They look difficult. I'm going to give these an 8 out of 10 because they tasted incredible. The precision and the execution, again, aren't perfect, but they look exactly like them. I would definitely buy them again. They look incredible. They tasted incredible. They popped off. 8 out of 10. Wow, besties, I was not expecting to find so many incredible Squishmallow cakes when I looked them up on Pinterest. You guys are really out here doing the dang thing. That is all that I have for you today, besties, but be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!